Clear goals and feedback. 53.3. Unless a person learns to set goals and to recognize and log feedback in such activities, she will not enjoy them. 59.1. Concentration on the task at hand. A similar sensation is reported by a dancer. I get a feeling that I don't get anywhere else. I have more confidence in myself than any other time. Maybe an effort to forget my problems. Dance is like there Dance is like therapy. If I am troubled about something, I leave it out of the door as I go in the dance studio. 59.4. Although Moses was talking about what it takes to win world-class sports events, he could have been describing the kind of concentration we achieve when we enjoy any activity. The concentration of the flow experience, together with clear goals and immediate feedback, provides order to consciousness, including the enjoyable condition of psychic negentropy. Psychic negentropy, like a flow. It is similar with flows. The paradox of control. Paradox is a person, thing, or situation that has two opposite features and therefore seems strange. 61. What these respondents are actually describing is the possibility rather than the actuality of control. The ballet dancer may fall, break her leg, and never make the perfect turn, and the chess player may be defeated and never become a champion. But at least in principle, in the world of flow, perfection is attainable. 61.1. As this example illustrates, what people enjoy is not the sense of being in control, but the sense of exercising control in difficult situations. It is not possible to experience a feeling of control unless one is willing to give up the safety of protective routines. Only when a doubtful outcome is at stake and one is able to influence that outcome can a person really know whether she is in control. 62.2. When a person becomes so dependent on the ability to control an enjoyable activity that he cannot pay attention to anything else, then he loses the ultimate control, the freedom to determine the content of consciousness. Thus, enjoyable activities that produce flow have a potentially negative aspect. While they are capable of improving the quality of existence by creating order in the mind, they can become addictive, at which point the self becomes captive of a certain kind of order and is then unwilling to cope with the ambiguities of life. This part basically is talk about that flow can become addictive. Maybe it is bad when playing games or something like that. Okay, 62.2, and then the loss of self-consciousness, 65.2. So it say that stop the self occurs only if the interaction is enjoyable one. This growth of the self occurs only if the interaction is an enjoyable one. That is, if it offers non-trivial opportunities for an action and requires a constant perfection of skills. This part is to talk about the loss of self-control. So to grow, this must require skills. The activity must require skill and give some opportunity. 65.3. There is one very important and at first apparently paradoxical relationship between losing the sense of self in a flow experience and having it emerge stronger afterward. It almost seems that occasionally giving up self consciousness is necessary for building a strong self concept. Why this should be so fairly clear. In flow, a person is challenged to do her best and must constantly improve her skills. At that time, she doesn't have the opportunity to reflect on what this means in terms of the self. If she did allow herself to become self conscious, the experience could not have been very deep. But afterward, when the activity is over and self consciousness has a chance to resume, the self that the person reflects upon is not the same self that existed before the flow experience. It is now enriched by new skills and fresh achievements. 68 too. And the next item is the transformation of time. Like people may lose track when they are in the flow. The auditory experience of an activity or work act having a purpose of meaning simply by the fact of actually existing, being done, or having been created. 68 too. An auditory experience is very different from the feelings that we typically have in the course of life. Hold on. So much of what we ordinarily do has no value in itself, and we do it only because we have to do it or because we expect some future benefit from it. Many people feel that the time they spend at work is essentially wasted. They are alienated from it, and the psychic energy invested in a job does nothing to strengthen their self. For quite a few people, free time is also wasted. Leisure provides a relaxing respite from work, but it generally consists of passively absorbing information without using any skills or exploring new opportunities for action. As a result, life passes in a sequence of boring and anxious experiences over which a person has little control. Okay, that's it. So that's it.